Good evening time to all my friends, fans, and viewers. It's your hole in the wall, messy miracle bench. We're going to do a little watt comparison here tonight, guys. Oh, look what's on the playlist, baby. That's the way to rock and roll. You know what I'm saying? That's the lineup right there. Anyway, getting back to this, man. Alright, a couple of videos earlier, I gave you my Uniden PC78. I had it set up through this baby little Trucker 150 over here. I had that little Uniden set to work on a 7 amp power supply, which means I have the Uniden going into the driver swinging about 50 watts. 60 watts tops like I showed you in earlier gates. A couple of videos earlier, we're giving you the beast with a 50 peak watt envelope in. Okay? Right now, let's see this. I just finished working this Cobra 29 LTD Classic. Hey, what do you know? I said, what about the light? He goes, leave it. I says, why? He says, I like your style. All right, cool. Anyway, we got a Cobra 29 LTD Classic here. We're going to use the famed Ritchie Special, the coffin style, stupid star, stock mic, no doubt about it. All right, so let's try to get the gist of the meters here. Oh, let's see. We're on a 10 watt scale, right? 10 watt scale. Watt and a half. Audio. Oh, the mic's not even open. It's all the way closed. Let me turn that mic up. I'm going to put it all the way up, Audio. That's cool. Stroke. Ritchie Radio. Audio drive. Audio check. Alright, it looks like it could break the 10 there. Let's move it up to the next scale. Now, you remember in my video gate where I gave you my Uniden and clicked it, and I took my watt and a half and kicked it up to a 4.5 watt dead key? Cool. Let's watch this. Up, 10 watt scale, too small. One click. $25 watts. Audio check, break it to 100. Let's go to the next scale. Click it up a little more. Okay, let me turn the audio down so I don't pop my meter way down. Okay, thank you. Alright, a little over 20 watts. Audio check. Test. Almost testing audio drive, double of what I showed you. So now we're going to go double in on the amp, alright? Alright, we're going to go double in on the amp. Let me switch these coax cables around. Get that little bad boy with that Cobra 29 up on the box they all think I sold. It's funny, I gave them the MFJ plays, man. Let me tell you the story of this box, dude. When I was moving, in the middle of my moves, the first place I had to move, I didn't feel any of my shit was secure. I didn't last 2.5 weeks there. And then I moved to this beautiful little joint. Little private home. Mother and daughter. Well, it's a mother and two daughters, the house, if you know what them houses, private homes look like on Doctors Row by the Ritchie Kingsbrook Community Jewish Hospital. Anyway, we call these couple of blocks Doctors Row. Long story short, man, here's where we are. And, well, before we moved off Utica Avenue, about a week before, we brought it to Q-Tip's house. Fortunately, moving it from my table to his, he was in a rush and we did not let it cool down. So by the time we got to his house, I didn't yank my tube or nothing. You got a smoking hot tube after that's going on a 3-hour skip marathon that decides, hey, it's going to shut off and go into a box and it's going to bounce around a van for a little while. Long story short, we got it to Q-Tip's table. My tube was fucking shot. So now we got to wait for a tube. Well, I mailed in a tube. I didn't insure it. It arrived all smashed up. Bingo. My little bad. So Q-Tip gets a tube. Bing, it's slinging nice. Boom. It's got some wire problems in this thing. We take care of all those wires. get a tube, the shit's blowing 1100 watts. I told him the tube was alright, but it's not up to par because, you know, blah, blah, blah. Well, anyway, he wasn't happy with the tube. He got another one. It turned out the next one was a defective one, and it took out the box. And that's the story behind Richie's Ameritron. Okay, let's get back to business here. Let me jump these wires around. Come back and show you what it does now. The King.